Hey friends, Julie Galandri here with the Julie G. Holmes Group at Austin Portfolio Real Estate with your Real Estate Minute for February 2025. Well, folks, we are officially about 30 days into the spring selling season, and it's quieter than I would have expected. I say that actually on both the listing and buyer side. I've been taking a few listings, but overall in the areas that I serve, primarily where we don't have a lot of new construction, it's super quiet, which is so interesting. I think we can continue to blame interest rates that are stubbornly still in the sixes, and actually being able to say they're in the sixes, that's really good news because they have been in the sevens. So we've kind of watched mortgage-backed securities go up in prices in the market a little bit, which usually results in the interest rates coming down a little bit. So I watch that on a daily basis. And then the other thing that's tied in the markets to interest rates is the 10-year Treasury. And I think there's been some conversation in the new administration around trying to influence and get those 10-year Treasury bond rates to be lower. So that that would mean that's a large component of interest rates. So if those start to come down a little, then we should expect some corresponding coming down in interest rates for mortgages. So enough of that. To really kind of discuss the data in the market and why it's feeling so quiet, I think there's a few little stats I can give you from the Board of Realtors. They have got a really great new statistical management software that we get to use, which I've got something in my hands here that shows just a couple quick ones. The number of sales in February was about 2,000 units across the city, and that is 10% lower than last year, which that's a pretty big drop from last year. So that's one supporting fact to this sort of softness and stillness in the market that I'm feeling. And then, the other thing is the days on market. And days on market are actually about flat at about 60 days. So that just speaks to buyer interest being less than it could be. And we were all sort of hoping that what usually happens in the spring, with all other elements of the market being positive, is that buyers come out and they start taking up inventory. So what's happening now is buyer interest, I think, is still soft. And then inventory is coming to market, but not at the rate I would expect. So we're in a little bit of a hold pattern. And I think economists who've looked across the whole economy have kind of sort of estimated that 2025 would be quiet in the real estate space. And now we're about to experience tariffs. At least as of today, we're going to experience tariffs. They seem to come on and off the table frequently because they've been used as a negotiating tactic. But if they're actually implemented and everyone's buying power starts to be impacted by it, either positively or negatively, it's going to hit buyer activity in the housing market. So having said all of that, we're still in wait and see mode for how this year is going to play out. But I would say that as of 60 days into this year, it's a little quieter spring than I would have expected. So that's it for now. If you're thinking about being a buyer or a seller, give me a call. I'm always happy to talk through, because really what's important is what your goals are with respect to your property, or you're wanting to own a property. Because as I noted, the buyer activity is a little bit soft. So if you want to be a buyer, you are going to have a lot to choose from, and you're going to have a lot of negotiating power. So with that, I will let you go, and I hope you have a great month, and I'm here if you need me.